Hello everyone and welcome into yet another live stream. Let me change the day first to 179 like it should be. And now here's the thing. Last time, if you remember, we had a bit of fun, but that's it. So today we are going to instead do things. What things? Well, let's start a new project. This project's name will be... no, first let me also switch this to go for a different place, which will be right here. There we go. It is in a different place. And now this project name will be, what should I call it? Any ideas? No? Speedrun. Perfect. It's funny because it's the different form of the word run, which is just, I know I'm very comical. Anyway, here's the thing. Last time, this one, I don't know if you noticed, is a blank, and I already... This one is a blank. It's a blank project. That's what it is. There's nothing here. If I press play, I'm preset, and yeah. We have a camera, but that's it. So we can do... It still has conversions enabled. I like that. Alright, cool. So it's a blank. It's a blank, there's nothing here, and that's why today we are going to do something here. We are going to set up, well, for today I had basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think relatively simple things to do. All of them are simple because we won't bother with graphics for now. We'll just bother with logic. That's why we'll be able to do all of them right here. Starting the first one, which will be full player. That's the first one. So, oh boy, add folder. It's high up. This will be player. And yeah, obviously I will be Googling still stuff. And it's ridiculous, so many things here, but blueprints. Yes, I think, yeah. And next, well, graphical stuff, well, okay. So, we'll create a blueprint first. Yeah, blueprint, which will be blueprint class. That's a blueprint, right? I'm guessing, yeah, basic asset. Pawn is an actor that can be possessed and received input from a controller. So yeah, I am guessing it's a pawn. Character is a type of pawn that includes the ability to walk around. So wait, you can just add one that can already walk. That's ridiculous. We use a player character. Character subclass includes code setup, input binding for bipedal movement, and additional code for movement control by the player. So this is okay. This is a speed thing. All right. So BP player. Can I just drop it in? I can. What happens if I know? Oh yeah, right. New folder, maps, levels, maps. Yes. And over here, new folder, testing. No, maps, new map. Testing, map. Perfection. Alright. Can I play it? No, by the way, how would it look? Well, it would be empty. That's what it would be. Alright, so we're getting somewhere. By the way, these are 4 tiles. Quite large ones at that. So, yeah, this is rather simple. This is messaging me at this time of day. Blueprint, if I may open it, I may, and keep forgetting it always opens new windows. And now construction script, event graph, begin play, begin overlap. Alright, construction script. Okay, based on logic alone, right? Based on logic and our logical thinking, I'm guessing construction script is what happens when it's created, when the game starts. An event graph is, well, when it begins playing, when begin overlaps another actor. Player walking into a trigger. Objects are blocking collision, for example, playing hitting a wall. See hit event. Oh, that's so lovely. I love the fact that there's no way to say will not be called. Okay, so begin play. I honestly have no idea. I'm guessing there will be some things to set up, but at the same time, this is Unreal Engine. It's really easy, so I'm guessing it might not be anything required to stop. Event tick. every frame. I love that. Okay. And that's why I wanted to start over, because last time we didn't see this, because that previous one was already set up correctly. And we don't like things being set up correctly. We like things being messy and made by yours truly. So let's go to player and let's set up a new folder, which would be controls. There we go. If we go in, we can set up a input. There we go. Perfection. Input mapping context, if I'm not mistaken. Player map. Let's rename that, if I may. And rename input player mapping. There we go. And now another input, which would be the actual input action per player. I think so. I don't know. Well, we have input action, input mapping context, which is alright. Sick. Movement, player movement. Right. Can I? Oh, I can. That's great. Content drawer always turns off when I do that. I have no idea why. Is this what we were working with last time? Yes, it is. Alright, so axis 2D, vector 2D. I'm guessing this would be... Yeah, I'm guessing that's what it is. Okay, vector 2D means 2 inputs. Okay, I get it. Great. 2D, obviously vector 2 inputs, which means right now we can add another mapping. And this mapping would be player movement. Lovely. And now... Okay, this is actually simple stuff. I mean, I knew it was going to be simple and it was going to be that logical. If something is that simple and that logical, that means well made. Unreal Engine is amazing. Alright. Now what? Well, now we added the first thing, for which I'm guessing... There we go. W. Oh, we have to add 4 of them. Yes. And just like that, we have 4. Do we need to change anything here? I don't think so, honestly. So right now, if we go to player, if we look for input player movement, then action value, a vector 2D structure. Yeah, so we are getting a vector, which means break vector. There we go. Well, it's more of a 2D vector. Break vector 2D. Perfection. Vector 2D has a different color than vector 3D. I'm guessing that is logical, because usually 3D things mean, you know, in our lovely, lovely world, having something. And 2D is probably more often used than not as a simple data type. Alright, and now I'm also guessing one thing that we'll have to change is that how this vector changes when we change this. So, triggers modifiers. Triggers, no, I'm guessing default. I'm guessing there is a default. Modifiers. Scaling, negate, scalar, smooth, no. That's too much work. So, okay. So we have player movement. That's player movement. To be fair, we do have value type axis 2D, vector 2D. Yeah, now player mapping. This is our map. Unless it's by default. Wait a second. Walk, first of all, walking is walking, get walkable, event, walking off the edge, I also like that. This, okay, the more fun movement options, we'll do that later on. For now, move. What's that thing we used last time? Let me check, you know? That's the upside of streaming, you can just recheck. That is what we did. Live stream and last time. There it is. There it is. Add movement input. Add movement input. And now we also use these two, which are important. That's get actor right vector. Right, that's simple. Get actor right vector and forward vector. Get actor forward vector, because you have to remember that we actually would have no idea which way the actor is facing. That's hence these vectors. Convenient indeed, I know. Triggered and go straight through, or can I just... No, I can't have two of them, can I? Yeah, I cannot. Alright, so go like this. And now the scale value would be just these two. Could this work? Well, I mean, one way to find out. If we could play as the as the character. Okay, so I'm guessing that with our construction script, we have to somehow bind the player to the character. Unreal Engine bind a player to a character. Setting up inputs, kind of setting up character. That seems more like it. Add assets, no, I am not, no, I'm not talented for that. Creating pawn a character blueprint. Alright, so you created a character blueprint. This is, by the way, also wrong version. No, it is the right one. Why does it look so... It looks funky. So... Oh yeah, a movement with the mouse. Obviously, movement input. These are basic inputs, don't care about that. Choosing a pawn character. Even though as I mentioned, two potential classes, a pawn character, but above entities. The key difference is that character class is an extension of the pawn class, adding in player physics, support for specific mesh. Yeah. Probably we'll be using the character class for implements. Yes, okay, cool. Class setup, but here's the thing. What settings? Oh, wait. Last step is to being able to play. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. In word settings, was that an edit? Project settings. Doesn't seem like a word though, does it? Seems like just settings. It's not the correct version. Oh wait, game mode setup. What like a special type of class is used to define your game? Generally speaking, it's going to be just a collection of properties used to define what the essential classes for your game are going to be. Primary properties you will set up include default pawn class. Okay. So we need one more thing, which would be for our this is data, whatever. And this would be the game mode setup. Can I just look for them or somehow, or no? Game mode setup. Give a special type of class that is used to define your game. Collection of properties used to define what the essential classes of your game are going to be. Okay. Can I turn off perspective? I'm sorry, I got distracted. I'm easily distracted. So settings, word settings. There's no button called set. Oh, there is. I'm just blind. Word settings. Sick. That's okay. That's what they are. Lovely. Now, Game mode override. Game mode override. Okay, game mode, default pawn class. Contact browser. Can I just like drag and drop? Would be really convenient if I could. I'm guessing no. Okay, so shared what game mode? Functional test game mode. Game mode subclass behaves like a multiplayer match-based game. It has game mode? Do I have to select something? Default pawn. Not quite. How about now? Okay, well, that's an improvement. Yes, that's the correct pawn. Lovely. Great. Great, I mean, because that was the correct one, right? If we select this, if we move them up even higher and play, well, then we're still down below. Okay, that is not as great as I thought it would be. Oh, this is all genuinely here. My goodness. This powerful engine. Alright. Okay, selecting it is not the easiest task in the world. So neither is it the hardest though, so it's fine. The class, player control class. Controller now. Controls, player movement. Game state. Oh my goodness. Why is there so many things? Why are there so many things? It would be a bit easier if I could just, if I only had the access to my own things, because then I wouldn't have to. This character, what are those? Oh, and those are the ones that you load in order to then make, well, tour character. This isn't even mine, is it? The thing that I selected. Okay, let's go back a bit. I should probably go through this entire tutorial, shouldn't I? Well, I mean, that would make sense, certainly. Alright. Okay, so this is nothing. Tip, more information about ray tracing on Unreal Engine, refer to hardware. Okay. Disable, but is it like soft disable, soft enable, or is it like hard disable, hard enable? Because I created my project without ray tracing, but having it as an option would, you know, kind of would like that. Content, template reference, you can know, project settings, project or game, because that's kind of what we are trying to figure out, right? And something completely different. Levels. Walking with levels. Okay. Yes. Stability. Rendering thread. Okay, so yeah, I would like to pre-compute every single thing in existence, but for now I would also try to figure out how to and what now. Alright, so I have a character. Mission editors, animation blueprints, live link. Animation walkthrough guide. That's what it is. This is an animation walkthrough. Well, now I see the issue. Because I don't care about animation, I care about functionality for now, and I'm trying to understand how it works. So yeah, I could see how it would be problematic. Building visual words? No. Maybe. Okay, here's the thing. Ah, that's quite confusing. Let's see what other things can we add to our content, because maybe we are missing just this. For example, game mode override. What would that be? That would be oh, you can just add for, okay, they're just there's a separate tab for AIs. I was wondering about that. And now foliage. There's so many things in here. It's ridiculous. It's straight up ridiculous. Chaos of name on that one. All right. Game mode override. I am still lost. You lost me. Unreal Engine 5 game mode override. I'm trying to get. I know that 5 is probably not required. I don't have to add the 5 in the search, but game mode blueprint. Blueprint class, game mode. I'm such an idiot. Oh, why am I such an idiot? Game mode base. Obviously there. Blueprint game mode. I'm such an idiot. It was right there. I had that menu. Okay. Okay, great. So now what? Now begin play. Yes, so once we begin, okay, but we have the blueprint, which means right now we can just select this. Great. And now we can select the player, we can select as the controller we don't have a controller. We can all of these, let's just leave them there. All right, compile. There's nothing there, so obviously compiled. Yes, class defaults, project settings, maps and modes. Okay. Maps and modes. In project. Mode would be this mode. Yeah, that seems good enough to me, right? Oh, over here I can also select these. So yeah, this is correct. And I guess that's it. I hope. Right? Right? Yeah? Okay. Why do I keep spawning down here? Oh, because it's the camera. Right? I'll be second guessing myself for the entire day. But I am guessing that I should add the camera, actually. I just realized. Yeah. That would certainly make sense. So blueprints, BP player, add. Is there... Setting up a player would also be nice. Gameplay tutorials, physics. Oh, it's for interactive experiences, obviously. Yeah, I guess generalizing games and others and simulations to interactive experiences actually does make sense. Because this is not really only a game engine, it's so much more. And because of that, you know, this isn't only for games. So interactive experiences, I suppose, is the correct. Is the best way to describe this now. First of all, this is actually, wait, this is everything I need, right? Or am I wrong? I'm pretty certain. No, I thought it was alphabetic use, accessibility, artificial intelligence, data-driven input, but no, it's okay. So step by step. And right now I'm glossing over. Later on I'll be lost. It is completely and 100% my fault. I'll be lost, but oh well. What's this? Event begin play. A widget to deliver blueprint. Construct none. Yeah, so when begin play, you're making basically to viewport. Yeah, so you're adding. Okay, makes sense. On-click button. All right, cool. Artificial no, that's too far, I would say. That's a rather big leap, right? From this to that, no. Data-driven gameplay elements. A table of miscellaneous but related data groups. Yeah, oh boy. This will be really useful tomorrow, because that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. I'll be doing animation and stuff. So in the basics, foundational knowledge. I'm not much of a reading guy, I'm more of a doing guy. Leveled assets, actors in geometry, placing actors, selecting actors, transforming. Unprecedented actors are one way higher from pawns, so levels, project settings, maybe. Huh, the sky's moving. So many things just added to it. Okay, I may be wrong, but is that direction light, lighting, BB player? Okay, it's a wild guess, but Unreal Engine 5 bind a camera to a character. Is a camera separate? We're looking for camera components. Yeah, I was guessing so. Character, yeah, and mesh component from the components tab, add component, click arrow. Okay. There we go, it's a gameplay camera. It was in gameplay framework camera. I wouldn't have guessed that, but it was in making interactive experiences, okay. Creating a character blueprint. Creating character blueprint. Cool. So now we're going to viewport, and now we are doing double click the BP camera character in from the contact browser. Open this class defaults. BP camera. What now? Oh yeah, that's what you called your character. Okay. So this. Cool. Now select the mesh skeleton mesh component from the components tab and click add component, select arrow from the menu, rename its camera shoulder location. And from the select mesh and from the components tab add arrow. Arrow. Camera. Player. Camera location. Okay, cool. And now select the camera shoulder location arrow component from details panel, navigate to transform category and set it to location 150. Yes, and this to 90. From the so camera origin from the mesh scale mesh component, click add component, select arrow and drop camera origin location. Camera origin location arrow component from the navigate to transform category. Okay, I don't know why. Much now if the component tab camera comp. There we go. There we go. So you have to add the camera's location. So to this you are adding a player camera, I'm guessing, right? Obviously compile. Don't forget about that. And now I swear. Add component, yeah, navigate to details. That's just changing position, creating binding input keys. This is binding for the thing, but okay, this is moving it around. Yes. Game mode base, and now default pawn is BP camera character. So default pawn is the thing with the camera, which means that I must have missed something. Oh boy. Initializing camera in any way, maybe. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Because it's not working, and well, why? That's a good question. That's kind of what I'm trying to answer. This camera is not being set up as the default camera, which would make sense because how would the engine know that this should be the default camera? But how am I supposed to let the engine know that this should be the default camera? That's the question which we are pondering right now. Well, I'm guessing I should say somewhere around here. Class is default pawn class. Yes, spectator class. It's compiled. It should be already working, right? So first we create new project, added the character, yes. Then we double clicked the character, yep. We added the different locations, even though they aren't really necessary. Then we, in the components tab, select mesh component, navigate to the details panel from mesh category, select scale to mesh and drop down menu and select through TPP. In the components tab, select the mesh component. Oh yeah, that's just adding the mesh. Yes, makes sense. We don't need that though. From details, navigate to the transform category. You select yes, so you're putting a mesh in the correct place, and then you are adding a camera. And then you are navigating details and changing the location of the camera. And then it just works. It just works. It just works. What if it doesn't though? That's my... I was just wondering, what if it doesn't work? Maybe over here in the tree or somehow, I don't know. Sending it up? No, you're just changing its location. Finish blueprint. Yeah, you're not setting it up in any way, shape or form, which is a bit of an issue because, well, I am not setting it up either, and it doesn't work for me, which is a problem. 5.2, that's the accurate one. Well, I play camera, add event, no, just here's the issue. We start the game. We start right here. If I move this entire thing up, then we still start in the same place. BP player, yeah. So why am I not able to play as the BP player? That's kind of what I'm wondering. Game mode. It is compiled. Exactly. Unreal Engine 5 setting up a game mode for a player with a camera. I have no idea at this point. Blueprint class game mode base. Yes. Class defaults. And default pawn is correct. BP player. Yeah. And that's it. Points to existing blueprint character. Created separately, then specify the game mode blueprint in order to actually use them again. Then specify them for use in game mode blueprint in order to actually use. Okay, yeah, but points to existing. Yes, and they do exist. Okay, so over here is project settings, and in maps and modes we have BP game mode, yeah. We have the BP player, yes. And now we should go to the world settings, and which we have open, and we should have game mode override on the BP game mode, yes. And that's it. That's actually all there is to it. Why wouldn't it work? That's my question, you know? This is kind of something I was wondering about. What happens if I delete this BP player? I can still drop it in, I guess. Still the same thing. Oh, that's interesting. How much if I delete this, whatever it is, and this? Just lighting. I don't care about lighting. Well, I might care about lighting at this point. These are all lighting things. I can. Well, I don't wanna. I just wanna disable them from view for me. Save. Try it again. No. What would the issue be then? What would the issue be? Unreal Engine. Character camera not working. We could just reset everything, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, it's not that much. We could just force delete. There we go. Will I have to force delete everything? Let me just. Can I just force delete? Let's just force delete. What's the starter content? Level open. I don't. Can I close the level? Can I restart? Just hard restart. Don't save a single thing. This I cannot delete. Alright. Games blank. Exactly, we're creating blank for desktop with scalable, with static content. No, without actually ray tracing, yes. I want it to be supported. I don't want it to be mandatory. I want it to be optional. Yeah, good enough. Why is it then turned off by default? Yeah, alright, fine. So, because starter content, as nice as it is, it's just messing up with my flow a bit because you see, I'm an idiot. I need things to be simple for my simple brain. Game files, exactly, and you will be called speed run this. Yeah, name is work in progress, right? I may be wrong, but I do believe that should all this be here? Isn't that the starter content which I deselected? Alright, doesn't matter. The point is, we can right now follow the tutorial step by step. Shouldn't be that hard. Let's do it. We can also go a bit back to actors. Actor communication, actor lifecycle, actor taking. Alright, step by step. Creating a character blueprint. Simple as it could be. Now what we do is just first of all create a new folder which we'll call the player. And then we are going to the player and we are going the new folder with the blueprint. And then over here we are creating a blueprint class with character. BP player. Now we are going to step 4, which is select the mesh. Yes, so new map, new folder, maps, testing, test. Now we open this sucker up and we go over here and we add an arrow. Well, actually we don't need these arrows, do we? Should we follow it completely? No, we don't need these arrows, that's the thing. So we skip the arrows and what we do then is we go down, we add a camera. That's where we are. We go over here, add camera. Let's call this the player camera. Now we are going even lower, we move it a bit. 150 as what they recommended. Oh, that seems a bit high. I would like to be more of a first person. And now 90 degrees rotation too. I have no idea. 90? Really? Arrow from where's this way? I don't know. That's the work in progress blueprint. Now they go ahead and they bind the right click to change the camera position. Yes, and then setting up the game mode. So we go back. Well, first we compile. Then we go back. Then we do content. Then we do data stuffs. And then we go into them and we add another blueprint class, this time for a game mode base. Now in this game mode base, what we do is we rename that first of all. What we do is we go ahead and change the default pawn to, oh, maybe that's the one I missed. I don't know, it may be. Then we go ahead and we compile them. Then we go into the first project settings, into maps and modes, and we add the BP game mode with the player being BP player. Oh, but then we didn't miss that, did we? And then we just press play. Huh. And now we're on the ground. Wait, did we not reset this or something? First of all, we didn't even add the player. I'm pretty certain we didn't add the player. Okay, Now we're on the ground again. That's a bit confusing, you see. Why do we start on the ground now? Why do we start in the exact same place where we are looking? Look at this. No. Should start as the player. Start this. That's what you should start as. But you don't. Why? Why you like this? Unreal Engine. Player doesn't start as a character. Any ideas for what should I do? Character position ignoring the player start actor. No, I actually. First behind the scenes and so on. The first person character to my level is not working. Okay, but game starts in position. Wait, is it going from the down up? Auto possess player. My issue is kind of that the character isn't possessed. Unreal Engine character isn't possessed. That's quite a search query. Default game modes. Yeah, I have maps, and I'm pretty certain I have it correctly. Yes, I do. Running it in simulate. Let's check what are we running it in. We are running in select viewport in the active level editor viewport. Can I do this? That seems fun. Oh, will it start every single time or just this once? I have no idea. But the player should start higher up, if I'm not mistaken. Let's also add over here new folder and rigid. And can I just add physics like no? Do I have to add as a blueprint? No, adding as a blueprint would make some sense. Yeah, blueprint actor block BP block. And over here, can I just add a cube? Yes, perfection, exactly what I was looking for. And now let me just add this cube. Up and also rescale it if I may. Like this. The thing is, I'm just wondering. Okay, I think I know what's happening then. I'm guessing, unless I'm mistaken, that when the entire level and thing is loading, then the player is falling through the cube, which we would be able to check really easily, because if right now, after starting the game, we'll only see white, that's actually not that bad of a sign, that's a pretty good sign. We do see the cube. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, is it though? Wait, is it correct? The player was to fall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we start the origin. We started like this. Why? That's the question. Why did we start right there instead of as the player, who is clearly seeing full white? Now if we start, there'll be a player right in front of us, which is weird. That's not what should happen. Player is compiled, but for some reason it just ain't working. Camera. The name, player, camera, yes, print, yeah, constraint aspect ratio, mesh, lever, post process. I don't really care. I care about activating it for now. No, screw it. We are just doing a basic character creation tutorial. I would like to see what did I screw up then. Yeah. Cool. Is that the thing? Is it? Do we really have to assign it to some sort of position place? So, for example, over here, the spring arm. Like this. Yeah, I shouldn't probably open that as a new window. Let me just change this to be selected viewport, yeah. Alright. Now we are starting from above the cube. Let's see. No, we are still starting from where the camera is. Why? Why won't you start? We're supposed to. Oh, I'm very sorry for that. Alright, so here's the thing. Player controls. Let's add the control thing, all of the lovely inputs and input things. So, for example, we have input action, input. I know that's supposed to be. Yeah, fine. Well, let's do I. Input action, movement. That's actually kind of it for now, isn't it? Input action, mouse, or looking, or seeing, or whatever. But I have no idea what was in that tutorial. I don't remember. Input action, mouse. That's what I'm going with. And now the final one, which will be a mapping contest. And over here, input, actually jump, I suppose, has to be separate from movement. Alright, so now if I may just open all of these. Now jump, which will be bull, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe not. Well, I know that mouse floating vector. Right? I'm guessing these two vector. I am completely guessing, I won't lie. But mappings, we can start with jump if you want. Then we can do. Mouse, and then we can do movement. And let's actually go back to that tutorial. Is that correct? I'm guessing I did. Alright. For those, we will need W, S, A, and over here we would need a mouse, which means mouse X, Y to the axis. Yes. Anything else in there? This actually makes. Wait. W A S D. Is the order? I'm curious if it's more order matters or. What? What? Excuse me? Okay, yeah, order does matter, which is like swizzle, and then what? I don't understand any reason behind this. X, Y, X, Z. No wait, Y, X, Z. Did you change it to? A, you are negating. Negating all of them. I have still no idea why. It's I'm blind trust. Blind trust, that's what it is. Once again, for S swizzle for the negate. High abstraction, that's the issue. Swizzle input axis values. Wait, swizzle. Useful to map a 1D input into the y-axis of a 2D action. Okay, so you take Alright then, so you're taking the input, you're mapping it into, which means right now it should have an X. Am I wrong here? Am I getting it kinda? No, you just did Swizzle and negate. Wait, what? Makes even less sense. I have no idea what this does. Alright then! And you also added negate. I'm just no longer questioning it. Blind trust. And so D, and for D nothing. Okay, yeah, obviously nothing for D, obviously. Just, you know. Now, when it comes to input mappings, there is the init part, which is the obvious, which is horrible in every single case, and then there is the not so init part, which is manageable. And the init part looks like so: cast to player controller with get controller context sensitive. Get controller, there we go, as the target, as the object, sorry. And then get enhance input local system player subsystem. Cool. Why am I don't wait, get enhanced this. Obviously I'm copying all of it because none of it makes any sense unless you know everything about this entire engine. So copying it as a decent strategy. Excuse me, one of the is valids. Which one? Is valid from utilities. Is valid from utilities. Time text casting utilities. Yes, from utilities, and from utilities with nothing else. It's just from utilities. Is valid. There we go. Now what? Oh fudge. No, I meant. Add mapping context, okay. If it's valid, then just add the mapping context. Makes sense. Alright. Hi there, hi Crimpy, how you doing? Yeah, now the simple stuff. I'm still following it only because hopefully trying what now? How and what now? Error self, get controller. The blueprint self is not a pawn. I set it up for a block. Well, that explains it. I've set this all up for a block, whilst it should be over here. How about now? Festive. I'm still starting to set it up because we're not loading into the player, as you can still see very clearly. And I'm hoping that if I finish all of these, maybe server game, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to learn the basics of Unreal Engine. The two. No, strong two. Trying to learn the basics. The issue is that it's really high level, and because of that, it's just so many things to remember. It's upsetting, to say the least. And also, you know, every now and then you get these problems which you have no idea what causes them, but it's 5. It's the 5th one. 5-2, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so the issue we mostly have right now is that the player is just not acting as it should. Can I add to this mesh? Can I add just a cube? And now if I compile this, if I play, oh no, it did work. Is that the issue? Okay. Nanite physics. The thing is, Unreal Engine is really easy. It's really easy when it comes to skills, but it's really hard when it comes to knowledge, as is with all high level stuff. So for example, right now I can just action, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, input action, underscore, and over here we have the movement action. Why is it the only one that loads it? There should be 2 more. Input action, jump, excuse me. Only one loaded. There is only one. Well, that's interesting. But basically, jump. Everything we goes to. It's so ridiculous. You just have already functions for jumping. That's it. You have a jump and stop jumping, which is so ridiculous. On triggered jump, on cancelled or stopped, completed. Completed, I'm guessing. Right now, if I compile this, if I start playing, then yeah, if I press W or anything from the movement, I start jumping. So that's what it is. Great. Yeah, it's not hard. Just a lot of things. Controls. Why did only movement load? Why not mouse or jump? Good question. What's the difference between them? Jump has digital bool, yeah, but it should be in movement. On mapping player, I'm sorry. In mapping player, we do have jump, movement, and all of them. As player inputs, well, yeah, I guess, but there's just it doesn't seem too easy. I mean, to just have a function for jumping, for all the physics related to jumping. I just feel like it's a bit too easy. Why didn't this work? Why did movement work but not this? Why isn't it there? That's my biggest question, honestly. Why can I not just get the action of jump? Hunt action events. Jump, excuse me. What's the difference between movement and jump, except for the axis, because that's just the data type. Absolutely no difference. It's still also in mapping. Well, that's interesting. Can I drag and drop it from the content browser? Certainly be convenient. I can. That's great. All right. So now let's move these. Triggered and completed. And these ones are break link to movement. Thank you so much. Break link, I said. Movement. There we go. When it comes to movement, I'm guessing there's also walk functions, right? Everything with walking. Obviously, there's just walk. It's just no, but not that kind of walk. Only get walking acceleration. No, is walkable. Set walking with walking move. Okay. Yeah, that's the issue. Like, these things aren't hard to use, but you have to know what they are called and stuff. They are called add movement input. Obviously, they are called add movement input. Why would they be called add movement input? Now we have to also get forward. No, get actor forward vector and get actor right vector, which is just vectors in the appropriate directions in order to, there we go, move to the right and move forward. Both of these are from triggered, and we need values, which, can I do it with the break, or is there a smarter way to do it? Break vector. And would it even work with this? Break vector to the break vector to the, thank you. Action value and X and Y, would this work? Be convenient with it. Wow, it does, what a surprise. And now just the yaw pitch thing. Which means, yay, did I misspell that to AI? I did. Oh, great. Add yaw and pitch. Add yaw input, add pitch. Pitch with a T, obviously. Like this. And then break the vector. If it will be in the wrong directions, then I can just always replace them. There we go. And now we go up. What's the issue? Self is not player control. The target must have a connection. Camera. Get camera. Get camera. Get what? What should I get? What is there to be got? Nothing. You are using target self and it works just fine. Okay. Well. Fine then. Blueprint self is not a player controller. It is. Is it not? Is it not? No. Is it not? It seems like a player controller. Excuse me. Controller your input. Obviously. Add controller your input and add controller pitch. There we go. And now we can move on to the fun stuff. If we compile, if we move, there we go. We cannot move up and down though. Something is off. Something is off. Now, which one is yaw? Which one's the pitch? It's alright. First of all, mouse. What would be the issue here? Well, let's see. Setting up, creating the inputs. I'm guessing that's where the issue would be located. Mouse XY to the axis. Well, I did select that. Are you adding any modifiers? That is all you did. That is all you did, which is problem for me because, well, I mean, I kind of did the same thing. Controller pitch input triggered. Am I supposed to add the triggers to both? I'm just gonna trigger two things at once, though. Wait, only pitch. Let's see. No, I cannot move at all. Alright, so there's some issue with the pitch. No, yaw. Yeah, no, pitch, yes. There's some issue with the pitch. What are the issues? Well, if I get the Y here and the X here, I'm guessing then I will be able to go the other way, but only by going... Oh no, now I can go... Wait. Excuse me? That's off, or is it? Because when I switch them, so there is no issue with the input. The input data is here. There's the issue with the controller pitch input. That's the problem. Did you connect in a different way? Camera input. No control. No, you connected with the trigger. That's the issue. This one is not responding because the data is there. When I switch them, then I still could go left and right, but by moving my mouse up and down, which means the up and down and left right data is there, but there's nothing. It's doing nothing. Am I crazy? I'm not. So we have the data there. Why isn't it working? That's a good question. There's the wolf of the player. Let me switch the camera a bit. Because it doesn't have to be... Oh, maybe that's what was messing it up actually. Could be it. No, still can go up and down. Does it have collisions by default? It does! That's interesting. Can still have a peek inside. Alright, so. Well done. A sip. What's the issue? Good question. This is the issue. This isn't working. This is not working one bit. Listen, I can move up and down with this, but we can use the Y in order to... Maybe there's an issue with the camera. Actually, that person was using the spring arm. Play camera. Wait a second. If we go back, it was this thing about when creating a player character. Can I just double the speed, please? So now without this being RAM, then something should have the use point control rotation, right? Unless I'm crazy. There we go! Oh, I am good at this. Now the only thing left to do is multiply. There we go. Get rid of this thing, get this in, and -1. There we go. Now go up, move up, down, up, left, right. Great. Not done though. We are very much not done. Because why? Well, because is crouching required? Crouching would be required, right? So we are not done because there's way more movement stuff to do. Because so far we were following a tutorial, which was kind of cringe and kind of yuck. So right now let's also add some additional things, like for example input. dash. Because why not? That sounds festive. Dash, which would be the bool, yeah, it would be a boolean. And now in the mapping, we are going to add the dash. That's jump. Why is it all opening? Dash. There we go. Quit opening! Shift, obviously. And now that we have this, we can save it and we can just go input action dash. And now we can do, what would it be to like velocity? Like set velocity maybe? I think that would be festive. Set velocity. Yeah, and now we'll also take the forward vector, and basically when it's triggered, then set the velocity to set this velocity, but vector multiplication, no, multiply then, and also break vector like this, and combine vector, no, that's blender, and make vector. There we go, I'm learning. And now we can basically multiply all of these by 100, 1,000, yes. We can multiply all of them by 1,000, which I'm pretty certain won't work, but well, that's what having fun is for. Like this, and now basically whenever we, well, first of all, it breaks. Self is not a movement component. Movement component. Get the movement component. Get movement. Get character movement. Would this work? It sure would. Now we can move. And if I press shift, okay, so 1,000 is not enough juice, alright? Let's be real, we all expected that to happen. Is it just like a value? Values? No. Value. Or maybe variable. And for now, let's just say that's 10,000. Yeah. Now we can dash. Well, it's not really dashing, it's just sprinting for now. And also forward, that's... yeah, that's not as exciting. So we don't want forward, we want to get actor, and we don't want forward, we want to go Unreal Engine, get actor facing, well, not forward facing, so which direction the actor is facing, also the rotation up and down. Facing direction was not forward vector. Which actor's direction I'm facing? And what now? Get actor forward vector? No, not quite. Because I want 3-dimensional. Players walking. Get actor facing direction in 3 dimensions. Directional point. No, not quite. Get actor. That's interesting. Using slow motion tools for adding slow motion stuff is ridiculous. Movement. Wait, first of all, get actor forward vector. Okay, it's a function. That's unfortunate. Transformation. Oh, over here. Ridiculous small things, actually. Transformation. Up vector. Well, then I suppose I just combine them, right? It's not quite. Well, it is adding them together. Just add vector. There's really nothing for adding vectors, I swear. Ah, fine. We have to break them then and combine them. And also add some math to the mix with add. Great. Sorry, no, add vec. No, okay. So this right here, this right here. Perfection. I don't actually know why we are adding them. Wait, that's a good question. If this is up, then all we have to do is this. There we go. Okay, up is still not working. Well, unless up is moving forward, that's weird. Okay. Let's only take the Z from this. And let's do it like this. Let's break all the connections. Break this link, compile. And now the shift does nothing. But the math doesn't... Wait, I don't... Okay, so is the up vector applied to the X? Maybe? No. Okay, so still doesn't work. We can start ourselves down if we want. So why isn't the up vector... Unless y is up. Because in that case I made it rather serious blunder. No. This isn't working. Huh. Hi Detefta, hi, welcome. It's not quite as unreal as I hoped it would be. Ah, boy, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm ending a stream. I'm sorry, I know it's very. I'm ending a stream right when you join, but trust me, it's not as exciting as we think. It's even less. It's, yeah, really tired day. Uh, Next stream we'll do something more exciting, you'll see. So, for now, that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye!